Powered by Riverside FM.
All right, welcome everybody to Choey and Chandler's The Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour. Welcome, Choey.
Welcome, Chandler. You know,
Hold up, you gotta get that. There we go.
I
There you
realized
go.
like it hasn't been that long, but
Uh-huh.
because we had the special guest and we had to keep it a little more PG-ish,
Yeah.
the little two-finger salute thing that we do, like I was like, oh, I felt like it has been like a month,
We,
but it's only
you're
been
like, we
2
didn't,
weeks.
yeah, by the way, I think depending on how it came in, I might not edit that first sound in where I said, hey, it helps to hit the live button. But no, like last week's episode, we recorded at the same time. Well, actually, a day earlier, but it
No.
felt like a long time ago. Because I know, like, there was a part, I didn't even forget what day it was. It may have been like Monday. I was like, man, it's been a while since we recorded. And I'm like, no, it's normal. Normal. But, right. How's your week going before I jump into the headlines or the holidays? I mean,
Good, man. Just make sure. I'm curious to find out what the forecast says about this heat we got going.
it's funny you bring that up, right? 'Cause I was talking to White Gandalf,
Yeah,
right? Right. I
yeah.
was talking to White Gandalf, and I was like, we haven't done because he listens to the episodes, right? And he's always saying, hey, I like this. That was funny, blah blah blah. And I was talking, I was like, kind of just haven't done that weather thing in a while. And I was like, and Chili hasn't mentioned anything, because first off, it's kind of been a two-part reason, right? One is I was like, I was kind of trying to trim some of the episode time, but then two, I was like, when Choi made that comment about like, we record early. If people listen to our forecast, they're probably like, these guys are the worst weathermen ever. But but no, man, it's like it's hot as can be out there, isn't it?
You know, it's probably never happened. Well, I don't think it has happened. That'd be awesome if we do. Be careful out there, guys. It's gonna be a little chilly in there. Like it's snowing, and there's a tornado. What kind of forecast did you guys do? And we're like,
Wait,
enjoy the nice crisp weather.
you had here you can shake your head at me. So my AC doesn't work the best, so like
Uh-huh.
I'm enjoying it. It's like a I'm driving in a sauna in a lot of ways. Just getting a little sweat on in the car, you
Out in
know?
the car.
Yeah.
Well, the heat
And then I
reminds
get
me
home and it's just nice, and you walk in, you're like, hey, AC is
the
important.
No, it is. Remember the first
Yeah,
truck that I drove, like where the AC didn't work and it was legit, the heater shot the
yeah,
leaves?
yeah.
Like summers back in the day, like that was like the worst time to have that dang truck. Like I'm driving around and it's just like, oh my God, I got the window down and like the window didn't help any because it's just hot air that's kind of cycling through. So it's just
Well,
slightly less hot than it is
well,
like normally.
well, you and me were similar. I had that 72 V Dub bug,
Yeah.
right? AC, no AC, heater worked perfect, man. Like I was never cold. The couple winter days we got, right? But I remember when Marshy Marsh was riding with me, and this like the bug, the engine's in the back, trunk's in the front, right?
Yeah.
And I forget why, but there was no radio, so I had just like this towel stuffed in where the hole would be, or the hole where the radio should be.
Yeah.
And we had the windows down. It's a hot South Texas day, and Marshall's just like, he's like, hey man, can you turn on the AC? I was like, sure. And so I pulled the towel out, right, to get more air coming through. So there you go, dude. And he's like, that's it. And I was like, yeah, the AC sucks. I was like, I'm sorry, man.
Well, like
Just learn
he
to
had that
sweat.
nice Jeep. He had the nice Jeep, but that like because it was a Jeep, like the heater didn't really help. Like by the time like it got warm in the Jeep when we would ride with him to the lunch,
Yeah.
we get to the restaurant, then it finally started to warm up. So you like sit there with your hands all cold, and then you finally get there, and you're like, all right, we got to get back out. And it's cold again.
But listeners here younger than us are like, they don't get it. They don't know our struggle, man. And people older than us are like, comfort, you had a window?
Yeah, shoot, I was talking at work today, but with somebody who's like probably 15, 20 years younger than we are, about like the first cell phone I owned. And I was like, well, first cell phone I owned, it was just a phone. Like it just made calls. That was it. That was
Black and
it.
white, man. No texts, no
And
photos.
they,
Yeah.
yeah, and they were like, he was like, oh, that's crazy. Like the first one I had, like it was just like a talk and a text thing. I said, dude, I took kids on a field trip and they had pretty much like that first cell phone that I owned on display as one of the first mass produced cell phones. and the kids are like, and the guy's explaining it like as if it's like a T-Rex, like these roamed the earth 65 million like years ago. It's like these roamed the earth 30 years ago
Hey,
to
I'm
make
getting
phone calls.
I'm gonna get White Gandalf a shout out here, and he'll probably laugh with her. But he, like I don't remember the specific stories, but he's one of the last people to like change his phones. Like update it.
Yeah.
Like he'll just kind of like he'll just have. So I think he had like a flip phone a lot longer than other people. Other people are like on iPhones, and he's like, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm
He's,
fine.
I got this
But
Nokia. You can switch the plates off.
yeah, his phone company's like, hey man, you're eligible for like 10 free upgrades. And he's like,
You
no man, I'm fine. I'm fine. Don't worry
you
about
can
it.
you can own an Apple store, sir, with the amount of like back pay we have for you.
And he's like, no, don't worry about it. Here, quick, jump into the headlines.
Here are today's effing holidays.
Oh, sorry. Holidays. That's why you got AI there reminding me. It is May 16th, right? Not as many funny holidays. I got 4 on here, but we'll kind of go through them quick. This one, by the way, is for a teacher friend of mine, an inside joke. But today is National Love a Tree Day, right? Let's set a moment aside to appreciate the wonderful gifts for trees. And you may not have to hug them, but also remember they give us oxygen, so we kind of need trees. It's important. It's also National Pizza Party Day. Pizza is the very definition of a good time, and your options are plentiful. Remember when you worked at a pizza place?
What? Oh, that's right. I was like, what are you talking about, man? But well, it was like
Wait. You're like
pizza.
16.
You're talking about Saliano's, right?
Yeah. Did you ever get
Well,
tired of pizza because you worked there?
no, because it was like an Italian restaurant. They just happened to like really kind of. I mean, they served like pasta type stuff too. Like, I mean, there wasn't a lot, but I
Oh,
mean, they had
right.
like spaghetti and like I think maybe like I don't know some other kind of pasta that wasn't tight spaghetti noodles.
I
Heck
always
no,
would.
dude. Like, I love that stuff,
I
especially
always
like
would
it.
think about. Well, like if I like as much as I love pizza, I always kind of figured if I worked at a pizza place at a point, you kind of get tired of the pizza. You're like, man, it just smells like pizza all the time. Ugh.
Well, we would do like kind of just mix it up. Like there'd be times where like I would run like a pizza dough through,
Uh huh.
but with just like toppings, so like no crust. I mean, not no like sauce. Do some with like like no sauce, no cheese, just to kind of mix it up and like kind of see what its stuff tastes like. Sometimes I would just be like, like our version of breadsticks, just run a crust through the oven without anything. So I had like breadstick kind of chunks, I guess.
Hey, I'm gonna skip one of these holidays and tell you about the other. Right. So today it's Walk Safely to School Day. Right.
Did you
Join
read
us
that
as we
definition now?
what barbecue
Did
day
you
or
read
what?
Did you read the definition of of the walk to school today?
I'm reading it. Yeah, right now.
I
It's
I want to make sure, like, read it.
join us as we encourage Australia's tiny tots to ditch the bus and walk to school. Right.
That's not
Is
our
it not?
holiday, man.
No, I don't. But okay, it's a world holiday. But no, what's funny is also there were like 2 different holidays, 2 different other ones that talked about it's National Ride Your Bike to School Day, and then like here I just see this. What makes me laugh is the photo of this person is walk safely to school day, and they're walking with a bike. It's like why even take the bike out if you're not gonna ride it? You know what I'm saying?
That kid's name is probably Dexter too. Probably something like Dexter or Tristan.
Yeah.
We have like a listener that's like, screw you, man.
There's one less than we have, right? By the way, I got some. I emailed those fish AI people back, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "Hey, we're gonna do the ad," but I was telling them, I was like, I want to wait on sending you my info because I want to brainstorm with my co-host and everything because it just kind of motivates us, right? At least motivates me. And so they said, go ahead and send them the detail, right? And so I will, and then I got to figure out how much money I owe you because I think PayPal kind of accidentally cashed out to me, so I owe you some of the money.
They already paid
So like
you?
it just ended. Well, remember, no, not they didn't yet, but remember like the buyblanket.com when I'd buy
Yeah.
stuff or when I helped sell stuff, because the account was a link to me, they kind of just cashed it out. Like it's not like I did it. They just, I guess at a certain time, like, here you go, here's your money, right? Because it was just letting it sit there. So I
I
owe you
say
some money. I just got to figure out how much I owe you.
I think we'll say we're good, man. Like you do more editing. So that's your
That's my cut.
yeah.
All right.
Now
Well,
if it starts paying like in
Mazel
the
tov.
if it starts paying in like the hundreds and thousands, we gotta
Yeah,
talk this.
yeah, exactly. If we
When
get
you're
to
like
that point, dude,
in the
woo!
you're like I'm rolling in quarters right now, kind of.
Yeah, I show
As
up
long
to
as
your
I got
house.
like the one little baby pile right here. You're like,
I show up to your house like in a Lamborghini, and you're like, "What is that?" Oh, don't worry about
I'm
that.
a, you're like, you're like, don't worry. I'm like, hey, that's a, and it's like on the back, so it's got like Joey and G and one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, or even just got Chandler one. I'm like, where did you get that car, man? Don't worry about
Yeah, don't worry about it. We're all good.
it. I get like an invite to the show, and it's like some other dude. Hey, pause for Chandler. And I'm like, who are you? And he's like, the sound producer. I'm like, what? Where do we have all these people?
We, Joey, I hired a staff. You're like, what?
It's all, I get a phone call. I'm like, hey man, what's going on? Like, please hold for so. You're like, this J Daddy. I'm like, what the?
That's a good nickname. I need to remember that one. All
It's
right,
all.
here, roll the headlines real quick.
It's time for this week's edition of Joey and Chandler's Headlines. Yay! Hooray!
I give you a heads up, man. I'm gonna be a little serious for a little
I'm
bit.
curious
here, right?
what this first one is about, actually.
Yeah. I gotta look at it. Oh, dude. So my district, right?
Uh huh.
My current district, although in 15 days that I will not be part of them anymore.
Freedom.
They are
Freedom.
so overstaffed, cash strapped, a little bit of both. That like a lot of the specialists, like my STEM teacher, she's been displaced. The GT teacher displaced. Music teacher and art teacher were already displaced last year, so they're already split. It's just like it's a bad sign right now of like things that are going on, especially districts that are kind of landlocked in our city. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
they're already losing quote unquote customers now because that's what school is now. To charter schools and everything, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's affecting money and stuff. But it sucks, you know. So I was just telling, I told one of the GT teacher, I was telling her about my new school and how I'm going to be teaching third grade, just math and science departmentalized. And she's like, she's like, that's kind of cool. And I was like, you should look into applying this there. They have a lot of openings, right? They're still hiring, because it's like she had gotten displaced from GT to Gen Ed, and same for the STEM teacher. And I know another friend who went from STEM teacher to Gen Ed, and so like they have to like they're just back in the classroom, you know, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I liked what I was doing. I was like, I get it, but you know, like it just sucks right now.
Well, and the crazy thing is, I'm wondering, like, you have, I don't know, like, because you have the districts like the one you're in right now, and then
Yeah,
versus the one that you're going to that is out that has the ability to expand because people are moving further out.
yeah, just building.
And so the funding is there. You're losing the funding if you're in a spot that's like being essentially like kind of, and I hate to say attacked by charter schools, but essentially that's kind of what it is. Like they're attacking, they're invading,
Yeah,
they're taking people. But then you have the state that's rolling out with funding, like they're trying to push a bill through, unless they already did, where they're going to throw extra money towards school districts for people that have had a certain amount of years experience. They get like this much extra, but it's only for 2 years, and then after that, it's like it's up to the school district to figure out how to either maintain or you just go back to your what was your normal pay scale.
yeah.
And it's like, I mean, that's cool and all, but what you're gonna end up doing is you're gonna have people that take advantage of that, and then they're gonna go do something different after that. Like, I don't know. I just feel like
I
there'd be
mean,
a way to make it more sustainable to where, I mean, because like $1,000 is $1,000 is $1,000. A core over the course of a year contract, it's not a ton of money. But if you were
yeah,
able to kind of do that for everybody a little bit, like everybody gets an extra 1,000 every year. So like, just because you get promoted, you move up on the pay scale, it adds up eventually. I mean, even if you just start now for somebody, it's like halfway through their career, it's like an extra 15 G's, like by the end of their career, that's something.
oh yeah.
And I
Or
just
like
wish the state would figure
like
out this funding because we got that, and that's the thing. It sucks. And I'll let you finish in a second. I mean, I'm all about the Spurs. I like the Spurs. I like basketball. I like the Cowboys. But you have them signing these things to make these multi-billion-dollar projects, so they have a place to play games. And if the Spurs don't make the playoffs, there's 41 games that they get to play.
yeah,
So 41 nights out of like the 365 days that there are, 41
yeah.
times. Like we're making this huge complex, but we can't figure out a way to put a little more money and scratch in people's pocket.
Well, and actually, and good points. But Also, that's not counting that sometimes we split a couple games with Austin just to kind of get their fans in. But yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. Hey, so I'm gonna roll one of these headlines over to next week, and I'm gonna jump into this Ask a Principal, okay? Right? And so
I'm always tentative, like kind of worried about these apprehensively because I'm like, what are you gonna ask?
yeah, just throw it at you. I don't give you a heads up.
You kind of, I don't look at it. I like to be surprised.
No, I know, and sometimes I have to keep a secret anyway. So I copied this line, right? So this literally is what it put on here, right? So what's to do with Tia, right? Explain to me like I'm 5 years old. And the crazy thing is, you've already answered that question, right? You've already one of the earlier episodes in season 3. You did this for it, but I want to take this question and kind of just continue with it, right?
We really are making today like a more serious episode. Serious.
Well,
look at me, I don't know how to teach.
The first part of it, the first part of the episode, then we'll be normal Joey and Jan. But so I want to continue this question and say, well, actually, before I ask this question, I just want to let you know, based on your answer, could determine if you and I are still friends, dude. I'm just saying. Do you think this is an accurate representation? Do you think Tia is an accurate representation of quality teaching?
Okay. I think it's funny though, like in the fact that before I answer the question, that I could potentially hear like a beep you, and then I'm like,
yeah.
Hey, it froze, man. Chandler, are you there? I don't
exactly.
So
I'm messing with, man. You can give me your honest opinion.
No. I mean, and the thing is this though, like it's like a double-edged thing. It's one of those things where I get where like the state comes from, and the fact that like that's the way society is. Like you think about it, you are the almost exact same age. You've been driving for almost 30 years.
Yeah. Because
you took a little test, a paper test, and you took an in-person test where you demonstrated your skills, and then we said, until you die, you're a good driver and good enough to driver to be out there on the highway and the streets. And so you have these tests that are like the only, and the sad part is it's like, and that's the thing is I'm not being cynical when I say this. It's the most cost-effective way to make mass assessments of things, and in their mind, they sit there and look at the fact that, okay, well, if we do these assessments, we do it a certain way, hopefully nobody does they make sure that they feel like they build in these little protocols and procedures to make sure there won't be cheating, or cheating will be minimized, or if somebody does cheat, they'll be able to identify it. But there's so many other external factors in the fact that factor into that it's one of those things. And the most inherent one, and every time I've ever brought this up with somebody, they're like, well, you just train the kids to make sure that you don't do that. Now, when I tell you the thing, you're going to realize it is an asinine thing to say.
Is it use AI?
No. Okay, so let's just say we'll make it a smaller number just because it's more real. 20 question test. We give a kid a 20 question test.
Yeah.
All these tests, they're not open-ended tests. They're A, B, C, D, F, H, G, J, or whatever those extra letters are, right? It's like a 4-question thing. So that kid has a 25% chance of getting the question correct if they have no idea what the question even means, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we train the kids are trained to, at least give it an option, give it a chance, make as best of your guess as you can. So if you leave it wrong, if you leave it blank, it's wrong. So make a guess and you might get it right. So who's to say when you get that, you develop the baseline. So you have Joey. Joey comes in as a little kid and he takes his test, and Joey guesses and he happens to get like a 90 because he guessed. And if you just really assessed me and gave me an open-ended thing and said, okay, you have to type in the answer. We're not going to give you a choice. You have to type it in. That would be more of an accurate reflection of my stuff, but that will take so much longer to grade than it would be to give you a multiple choice test. Because you think about it, like if you were to do it, and it's a great way to build confidence for kids. Like if you teach kids and you teach them whatever skill you teach them, and you don't give them the options to pick an A, B, C, D answer, you walk them through and they start realizing, hey, I can do this answer. That's the best way to teach a kid, where you sit there and teach them, don't look at the answer choices. Go through here, figure out the answer that you believe it is, and then go down. If you believe this is the answer and you find it there, then that's the right answer. Kids don't do that. You know, like kids don't want to test. Nobody wants to test. And so you walk through there. But if I take a test and I get a 90, and at the end of the year I take another test again, and this time I don't successfully guess and I get a 60, that's not accurately reflecting the work that you poured into me. It just shows the fact
Oh,
that I'm not like, maybe I didn't guess right.
I hear what you're saying. It's always what's cool about you and me is like we never exactly know, what the response is gonna be, which lane we're gonna walk down. I was thinking like map testing, right?
Yeah.
The student is not in my class. He's in one of my other second grade teacher classes. The dude had a 99 percentile on the mid-year map, right? I don't know what his beginning of the year map was, but like essentially, you're at 99 percentile. Are you really going to show your projected growth? Because that's what you have to get to be able to meet the standards to get your TA incentive money. And I think I don't know what was it like 70 or 80% of your kids have to meet their expected growth. It is, and at my school or at like a school like mine, when you got those title schools, that is really tough, especially when I got like 6 or 7 kids that I think are ADD, ADHD, undiagnosed, and I keep trying to get parents to get them, hey, go to your pediatrician, whatever. But they're not trying their best. They're not focused on that. Like they take math 3 times a year, and that is so tied into if I'm gonna get any extra money. And I'm like, I could be a great teacher, but if they don't go on there and try their best, like you said, I ain't talking about them guessing. But if they're not giving some kind of effort, I look bad. You know what I mean? It looks like I don't know what I'm doing, and it's like I'm just saying it's not my fault. I try my best, but that phrase that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. It's kind of like a lot of kids nowadays be like, "What? I've never heard that."
Yeah.
But no, that's what I was saying. But now I'm with you, man. They could just guess randomly. In the Navy, we had the saying, "When in doubt, Charlie out." Charlie was phonetic for the letter C. Did you know? I've looked this up. When there's 4 choices and a multiple choice, 28% of the time, third choice, which is normally C, is correct. And otherwise, it'd be E, F, G. It'd be G. It's like, so it's either C or G. Like, if you do not know, you got to best, like, it's either choose third option or fourth option. That's your best choice. And I think what it is because when I write quizzes and stuff, you're trying to get kids to read questions. So you don't want to make the first or second answer the answer. You want them to keep checking all of them. And so you kind of see it's just statistically the best choice if you had to guess randomly,
Mm-hmm.
So
only barely more than like a quarter of the way though, which sucks.
but see, Joey and Chandler, we just taught you something. Boom! Don't study for SATs, man. Just choose the third answer.
Go see, like you're gonna get like a 28 at least.
Yeah, exactly. At least, and then hopefully you spelled your name right. Isn't that like 500 points or something? It's something
I
crazy.
remember hearing that, but I'm like, the SATs only like goes up to like 1,200 or 1,600 points. I'm like, I feel like the name's not worth that much. People keep saying that. I'm like, your name's that much, and then like each thing's like half a point.
All right. Anyway, like some of those stuff I'll say till next time. I was thinking about something about name, but I don't want to take us off into another tangent. So, quick break, sir. Come back. Music, ad. You cool with that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Here's Breakdown.
We say boom, gun bay, cheers mate, and cheers mate again, or simply cheers. Sometimes it's short towels and tea, other times it's cheers, are you effing hoser? You effing hoser. We also say sol day, salute, salute, or to gay, skull, let's all say. Nastarovi in the Russian way, in Vietnam we shout out, yo, Walugi Wawa, make South Africa glow. In Portugal, it's a solid soda, and Bud Mo, Ukraine's here to stay. For Jamaica, it's a loud yaman. No matter the place, we drink till dawn. That's how Joey and Chandler cheers around the world. Cheers, cheers around the world. Different languages, same sentiment, raising our glasses to friendship and joy.
Almost felt like your ESPN radio show you listen to. I was like, oh, the music's still playing. Oops.
Dude, I don't know why I never noticed it before. the line in there that talks about that's how we do it. We drink till dawn. I'm like, wait a
Yeah.
second, man. Like we're alkies according to this song.
Well, but that song, that line had to rhyme with "It's a loud yowl, man" from Jamaica. You know.
I get that, but I'm like, geez, like we're what is it? What does the song go? Like we do rock and roll all night.
And part of the day, right?
I'm like, I don't even know if I can. I'm at the age and the shape where I don't even know if I rock and rolled all night if I'd be able to party any part of the day.
Yeah, it's like yeah, you're like all night, some of the night,
I'm all,
but
I'm all like all night, like when the shows stop. Is that like the 10 o'clock news?
y-
When are,
you're like on that note. Let's turn it over to Morgan.
Hi there. I'm here to help Choi and Chandler to read an advertisement for BuyBlacket.com. Please shop BuyBlacket.com. Are you looking for unique gifts at unbeatable prices? Then look no further. BuyBlacket.com has quality merchandise for everyone on your list, from gifts for cat and dog lovers to American fans, beer enthusiasts, and even Jesus lovers. As for teachers, we didn't forget about you. Please don't miss our funny attire to brighten up your classroom. So bring a smile to your loved ones' faces and shop BuyBlacket.com today. Tell them Chewy and Chandler sent you.
Hey, remind me after when we're done doing our episode to kind of share with you my thoughts for the fish audio, like AI thought that I'm thinking of. So I think it'd be cool and creative, but it may not be as easy to do. So we'll have to discuss that. But yeah. So moving on. Like I told you, felt like a little serious. You know, like I didn't gripe about some of the stuff that I was thinking about, like leading up this episode. I was like, that's Choey's thing. I don't want to take it from him. But it's like, there's some stuff that's bothering me too. But hey, do you remember what you
That's what I
said?
gripe. I just bring legitimate
Not you.
concern.
I'm talking about me, man. I'm not making fun of you. I was talking about me.
But you like, I just want to
Although I
gripe,
did
but
say
that's
your
not
name.
Joey's thing.
Well, you,
Maybe I like him a whiny baby.
you're right. I totally forgot that. But I wasn't trying. That wasn't my intention. But I did say it that way. Oops. But do you remember what you were telling us last week about how your older son's friend snapped a photo of you when you went to like the gas station or whatever,
Yeah,
saying you dressed like an old. So in tradition, Joey and Chandler tradition, right? We like to problem solve. So I thought, hey, this is something I kept secret from you, so you didn't get a heads up on this. I thought that, and I gotta record this, right? Like here, you can see my screen now, right?
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be Chandler McGuire here, right? Help me help you, okay? I thought of some. I found some stuff online that if you could wear this when you go when you go to the gas station or whatever, maybe they wouldn't say you're a typical middle-aged white man, right?
Yeah.
So first off, here's some new dad clothes for me. The hexagon shades right here, right? And this like this little pirate hat, and it reminded me of your Pirates of the Caribbean, right? It also reminded me of Seinfeld. We're like, but I don't want to be a pirate, but I like this hat. Like you're like actually not even a pirate. You're more like a musketeer. But like, imagine wearing that hat, Joey. You
I
definitely would
imagine
stand
right
out.
now with that hat and those glasses, like I would be something that starts with a P, but it rhymes with limp.
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't be the average middle-aged white dude, right? And then how about
like
this?
definitely wearing all that.
the muscle shirt with the chains, and I like how we rock it with the gold plated Crocs.
And they look like gold diamond dish, like they got like like those little riches, like yeah. I should be like rolling up in like with a hoopty, like and having some hydros on there, to, like get my backhand ready to get my ladies in check.
Dude, there was I didn't end up putting on it, but there were some shorts that looked like they were hemp made, right? Like like some of those hemp shirts or whatever. Like imagine you got like these like or some of those blankets where they like macrame or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. I was like, but Choi would then look like he's like some stoner guy, and that's even though Choi sniffs a lot, that's not something he does,
I do notice that. Like I noticed, like when I listen to our episodes, I'm always up. I'm like, what? People probably like, what is he doing right now?
Like I said,
if I put just those 4 items on right there, like and go anywhere, it doesn't matter what shorts, pants, whatever. Like I definitely would like. Like I'd be like Big Daddy Cho. Like
Yeah, I don't remember the exact amount, but I think the outfit right there would cost upwards of 150 for all four of those items. So
yeah.
it's not like it's cheap wear. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, people would definitely recognize you. Like, aren't you Joey Tribbiani? And you're like, well, I guess I am.
I'm like, what you gonna say about that?
But at least you could go tell that kid again, like, you should get that. Take a selfie and like, look at me now, man.
I should
How you like me now, kid?
just do like an AI thing where I sub my head. Oh, and speaking of AI, since we're talking about like pictures and stuff,
Yeah.
I took my face, like I had a picture, like it was just like a regular picture of me, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make myself a little LinkedIn thing and make like a picture because I don't have any pictures of me that I think look all right, where I'm
Right.
not just being goofy.
Yeah.
And so I plugged it into like an AI thing. It was like, make this picture look more professional. It didn't look anything like me afterwards. I'm like, what? Like it was kind of cartoonish, and then it didn't look anything. It was like some whole other dude. I was like, what? Like that's not even what? So am I not
I,
professional
I,
or
yeah, the thing
whatever?
with AI like that, you gotta sometimes you just gotta keep practicing it, like it's trial and error, It's never right the first time, but yeah, I know what you mean. You look at it and you're like, holy cow.
I'm like, who's this
Uh,
dude?
so like I said, that was just me, my solution for new dad clothes, right? So the last thing I'm gonna do here, we roll over into a teachable moment. And if we've said this before, oops, but it's kind of funny. This kind of goes weird. Talk about similar topics we were talking about before we even started the show. But teachable moments with Chandler Bing. Parents, I don't know what it is with these biblical names for kids, but isn't it amazing how they kind of end up being a holy terror in a way? You know what I mean? It's like they stand out is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're like the Ezekiels. They're never
Angel and
never-
Jesus are always like the turds of the class.
Yeah, but they're never like angels. Never an angel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like it's amazing how that works out. But I've always said like I think what you would know more than me because you've named a kid that you probably have ideas in your head, but I guess when your kid's born, it's like their personality kind of helps choose their name, and your name kind of goes with it. If that makes sense. Like I know, like my middle name that I go by stands for comfortable, and it's amazing how my first name stands for just. And when I went by my first name, which was before I moved to Bernie, I was more of a very quiet, shy person, right? But when I started going by my middle name, I was comfortable. It's just amazing how that worked. So I kind of feel like kids adapt certain traits, but it's like I get why parents go with these biblical names, but when I look at my roster, that's kind of my first thought. I was like, I bet this kid's.
As soon as you see one, you're
you know?
all son of a.
Yeah, I was like, man, this is probably not going to be an easy cakewalk.
I feel like, and it's not being, I mean, it's being judgy just because of the
Yeah.
fact that I'm going to say it is being judgy, but I feel like I'm not intending it to be like anybody that names their kid Jesus or something like that. I'm like, come on, man. Like, you can't come up with another name like that. Can't we just keep that dude? Like,
Yeah,
nobody
like-
names their, like, it's a good name. But nobody names their kid Adolf. Like,
Yeah, well, you hope not.
well, I'm just
Um,
saying, like,
It's like
that
it's like
they
when
killed off
they,
that name. Why can't we just honor Jesus' name and not name kids after him?
they should do with that name like they do with sports with jerseys. Hey, we're
Like,
retiring
retire
this. Yeah, we put the name in the rafters. Nope, can't use it. Off
Sorry,
limits.
can't do
Yeah.
it.
It's I mean, but they pronounce it different. There was a guy. We had and he made this is. I mean, I don't know his first name, so I'm not really putting him out there. But there was a guy in the Navy. His name was De Jesus, right?
Yeah.
We would jokingly be like, "Hey, De Jesus," because it was DEJESUS. De Jesus. He just kind of shake his head at us,
He's a the F you.
Yeah, exactly. Right. like the whole McDice thing.
That was a good one though. McDice is McAwesome.
F you. You want to do the social media plug, sir?
Yeah. All right. So you can find us online social media, we got at Joey and Jan, the letter.
Oh, did you mute yourself? I have to cut that part out. Can you hear me, Joey?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. We're gonna act like it didn't happen. Let's just talk like you can hear, like you're saying it the first time.
All right. You can find us on social media at Joey and Jan, at CHOEY, letter NJAN. We're on X, X, TikTok, and Threads, and then Facebook and Instagram is it Facebook and Instagram is?
It's Threads and Insta. That's the Joey and Jan.
Okay, so at Joey and Jan. I was also on Facebook, and then at Joey and Jan too, and at CHOEY, letter NJAN, TOO on Threads and Instagram.
Hey, this sound effect was for that little technical difficulty hiccup right there.
Winston.
I can't believe you. What commercial did you hear when you heard that same
the
AI
Texas
voice
Lottery.
that we use for
Texas
Oh,
Lottery
for the,
commercial on the radio.
that we use for the inebriated histories? Which
Yeah.
Mike Gandalf asked if I released more. Like, there's a lot that I've worked on that I haven't posted. When break comes, that's one of the things I gotta do is like try and organize everything. One of the many things you and I get to create over the summer.
Yeah, I sat there and I listened and I was like, what? I know this dude.
You're like he's trading on us. But then now I know what program they use to get that voice, which is cool.
Yeah.
VideoGen, technically we're sponsored by VideoGen, but not a lot of people have purchased VideoGen, which is a pretty cool software, just so people know if you like AI
Sweet.
stuff. But anything you want to add, sir, or we want to pull the plug?
No, I'm good. Let's pull the plug.
You're like, no paddles this time. It's like, let it go dead.